So we're back with another video from American Patriot. So what's going on in the world today of politics? Well, let's see. So Ukraine has just fired American ballistic missiles into Russia. Not a good thing, is it? But there's a lot of people out here, like Adam Schiff, real happy that POTUS has agreed to do something like that. Just a typical another warmonger looking to cause death on a global scale because war is their thing, right? Now, why would the people running the White House, which we know it ain't Biden, we know that, but the people running the White House, the globalists, their puppets, all the corrupt in Washington, all the corrupt in our agencies, let's find out. So Putin is someone that hates the globalist and wants nothing to do with them. Now, this has been an ongoing thing forever. Now, the globalists have always been looking for a reason to start a war with this man because he will not bow to them neither, and he knows that their global agenda plan is not something he wants for his country or his people, just like most people with common sense don't want those globalists involved in their worlds and in their enslaving ways and their plan for global control. So here we are. What's going on? That's one. Number two is, wait a minute, we're losing control and we're losing our power. The globalists are upset about that because of the election. So what can we do to avoid this man from getting into the White House? Well, we can start World War III, and once the country is in a big war like that, the presidency will not change and will keep puppet masters controlling the White House. Which nowadays, if you as an individual have not noticed that the globalists are the one running Washington and the White House, you're out of your mind. So again, these globalists are out here in full effect with these plans and their agendas and their world order and their bullshit. And here we got the war machine. Can't wait for a World War III. Can't wait. They want to make more billions of dollars on death, and that's what the plan is. Always has been, always will be, and that's just the way it is with people that love money. They will kill the whole earth to make money, and that's just the way they work, to sell their bullshit, killing weapons and all of that crap that they have, which is pretty much nothing but trouble for humanity. And now we're running around, Adam Schiff all happy. This is great. This is, the POTUS good for him. Blah, 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 blah. What's so good about death? What's so great about cheering war on? What makes a person think that that's such a great thing to do to humanity? Right off the bat, that you're dealing with a sick individual that has no sense and no brain. But he's in Washington, right? Making decisions for the rest of us. Now, you people on the left out there that don't believe anything I say or what any conservative has to say, here you are. They fed you on the news that Donald Trump in his last presidency was going to do nothing but set off World War III. Who's setting World War III off right now? Is it President Trump? Or is it the people that you love so much and think that they are on your side? The radical left. What do you think? Who's actually pushing for this war? Why are we so involved with Ukraine? Why? Why are we helping Ukraine? Why are we continue to give them money and now ballistic missiles on top of that? So the objective here is to piss Russia off and push them into a bigger war. Now, let's just say, right, you radicals on the left that think this is about, abortion rights, gay rights, LGBT, whatever the hell that is, and, gay and all this other bullshit. We're heading to a nuclear war. Russia's already told you. You think you know? A lot of people say, oh, but this guy, he's a real bad guy. This and that. Hey, listen, you're rattling his cage. You're supplying the weapons that are being shot into his country and killing his people. Yeah, I'd be pissed too. And so would we. If that was happening to our country, it wouldn't even one ballistic missile, we would have been at it with whoever it was. But all of a sudden, because it's him, we're superior over him, and we're supposed to just, accept the fact that that's okay. It's not okay. It's not okay. This petty war over there would have been already over if America didn't get involved in this. But because this is a whole big money laundering scheme and a great way to, help the war machine that makes weapons to make money, that's why we're in it. No other reason whatsoever. All that bullshit that you hear on mainstream media, bullshit. None of that's true. Oh, Putin's a bad guy. Listen, Putin could be whatever. There's a lot of criminals in our capital too. And a lot of warmongers in there too. And a lot of people with a lot of blood on their hands too. So he ain't the only one. He ain't the only one. Washington ain't looking much better. So how do we criticize a man for doing the same shit that we're doing? How about that? And here I am, a conservative, right? But I got to call it for what it is. I can't just act like the man is not, like we don't have corrupting and murderers in our own capitals. They're there. They're doing their thing. Only they're killing with a license, right? I'm a politician, so I'll set off a war and I can get away with that. It doesn't matter how many people die, right? Because these people, that's all they love is war. That's all they want. Disruption, destruction, murder, death. That's all they think about. And there they are in their little fancy suits acting like they're somebody special. They ain't no better than any killer that's in prison right now. Only difference is that their asses ain't in prison yet. But it's coming. Oh, it's coming. So all you lefties out here and all you Democrats that are so hell-bent on maintaining these people and wanting these people to stay in power, this is what they do with that power that you would have gave them if we didn't intervene and vote for Trump. Look at this. Look at it. Look at it right now. So now basically, like I've said on one of my past videos, these people, the warmongers, including all these companies that make all these weapons, Lockheed Martin, all these people that make all these ballistic missiles and all this bullshit, right? That all they do is invent death. That's what these people do, right? They will push this war. Oh, they'll push it. Now you go ahead and push that guy, Putin, and he sets off a nuke. It's like I told you before. And it becomes a whole nuclear holocaust, because it will become that. Believe me, once nukes start getting shot off, we're not staying behind. But the people that you voted for, the left there, that was so hell-bent on listening to their bullshit and their brainwashing, when they do set this off, all those cowards that lied to you and you accepted their brainwashing and still out here talking bullshit that you don't know what the hell you're talking about, this is what it's going to come down to. And if this becomes a nuclear war, guess where they're going? Guess where your little elitist friends that are corrupt, where do you think they're going? They're going to go hide, like the cowards that they are, right under their little underground bunkers, and you and I, left to right, gay, straight, LBG not, this, that, all that bullshit, we're all out here left to feel the wrath of a nuclear bomb. Not one, maybe 5, 6, 7, 8, who the hell knows, right? It's just going to be a free-for-all. Everybody going to start shooting. You get China involved, and it's all in. And we, as a people, and our families, are facing this. But here you are, still talking about abortion, still talking about gay rights, still talking all this non-inclusive this, that, and the other. And you're not even going to be around. You're going to be ash. I'm telling you. You think I'll be talking here just to talk shit? No. This is real. These people are doing exactly the things I keep telling you about on videos right before they even do it. And what I tell you is just common sense. These people are not geniuses. They're just a bunch of idiots. They're nothing but a bunch of money greedy people that will do anything for a dollar. That's all they are. There is no such thing as intelligent. There is none of that when it comes to these people. Why? Because anyone that has any brain would know that causing a nuclear holocaust in the globe would be the most stupidest thing that you would ever want to do. But they don't see it that way. They don't see it like that at all. These are the people that you want in there. You want them to stay in power. Oh my goodness, the Trump is such a bad guy. Who's the bad guy? Let's not even go with the news. What do you see with your eyes? Who is setting off World War III here? Who's doing it? Is it Trump? Or is it your friends, the people that you love? Harrison Biden. Look, Harrison Biden about to put us all underground. There you go. Right? Harrison Waltz. Man, let me tell you something. I'll tell you one thing. They bring this to that point, and that starts happening. None of you better get on here making any videos on any social media platform whining about how you can't believe this has happened. Oh, it's happening. These people are pushing it. And let me tell you something. If Trump doesn't get in there for whatever reason, and these assholes just start a World War III to keep him out of there, nuclear war is not a good thing for nobody. And they're going to push it. And you know why they're going to push it? Because the globalists wants Russia down. Because they don't want anybody in the way of their enslavement of all humanity around the world. No one to resist their plan. Like I told you, there's only certain countries that they need to take down because these other countries don't want to hear that shit. They don't want to hear being a slave to nobody. You know how the media kept telling you on the left, Trump is going to put you back in the cotton fields and this and that. He's going to enslave and we're going backwards. All they're doing is working for the globalists. The globalist is the one that wants to enslave the world. It ain't Trump. But they hate him because they know that he is against that. And he has common sense and he knows what they're trying to do. And so do most of us in America. The only ones that don't seem to know this is like 20% of this country. Maybe 15 that don't understand this. Because you're caught up in your feelings. See if your feelings are going to help you when these bad boys decide to shoot these bombs off. We're going to find out. He's already telling you. And you know what? America pushed him into it. And if he sets those bombs off, it'll be the fault of every corrupt piece of shit in Washington that has sold out to the globalists to achieve their enslavement. But them globalists ain't going to achieve anything if it gets nuclear. There ain't going to be no enslaving anything. Because this world going to be set on fire. And the majority of this world is going to be dead if that happens. And all the oceans are going to be contaminated. You people out there worried about the climate, those people. But you voted for the wrong people and you continue to listen to the wrong people. The ones that are going to destroy the climate. The people you love. The people you listen to. Right? Well, what do I know, right? I'm just some guy talking shit on a microphone. Don't know what I'm talking about. Not at all. That's not what's happening here. Let me guess. Because you only watch CNN, you don't even realize that this is happening. Right? You ain't going to see this on the news, I could tell you that. You need to research all this stuff. You need to figure this out on your own. So, what are you going to do now? Let me guess, you're still going to insist that you're right and that we're wrong and we don't know what we're talking about. And we are just a bunch of racist bigots, male chauvinist, white supremacist, blah, 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 blah. Everything they taught you to say and everything they programmed you to believe. And all of those names is them, the people that convinced you to believe their bullshit and their rhetoric. And still they are. There's mainstream media still talk. Pretty soon they're going to say that the reason that they had to do this to Putin is because of A through Z. Everything but the truth. And the truth is what I just told you. That's the reason why. There is no other reason. And you see what happens when you can't see who the enemy is? You can't understand that it's the globalists that have done this to our world and to humanity. You see what happens? When you don't recognize and you start believing the rhetoric that they fed you, so you start looking at your own countrymen as your enemy, but you never took the time to understand and learn and see the truth. All the corrupting Washington and all the corrupting the agencies and all that are bringing our country and the world into a global holocaust. In the name of profit, of money they'll never be able to spend. Because the smart ones that are doing all this, they're all going to live for the rest of their lives and die underground because they're never going to see the day of light again, ever, if this becomes nuclear. I know. They think that, oh yeah, no problem, we'll just stay there for about 10 years and we'll come out. Hell to the no, they're never coming out of there. And these are the smart people that you listen to, right? But here we are in a real bad situation. Not just for the United States. We're in a bad situation worldwide. For every politician out there in the world that sold themselves out to these globalists, that have the whole globe on the verge of a nuclear holocaust, all of you are responsible for this. All of you are responsible for this. Every corrupt scumbag is responsible for this. The war machine is responsible for this. The elitists are responsible for this. They're the ones that did this to humanity. They are. There's no one else to blame but them. They are the ones that did this and continue to push on with it. And they're going to keep pushing it until it happens. They're not going to stop. They're looking for this. It's like I told you, it's not only one country like us. We as a people around the world need to unite and understand that our whole existence is being threatened. Our planet is being threatened. Our existence as humans and our right to be free and live are being threatened by corruption and the globalists. Those are the enemy of humanity and of the environment. They are. Has nothing to do with us. It's them. And that reality right there cannot be changed. And when you look at anything that's going wrong in this world, it always leads to those two characters. The corrupt in our governments and the globalist. Everything that's going on in this country is them. But here they are, got you thinking, ready to have countries going at each other, and every war that we fought and everything like that we fought, like the Iraq war and all that, when they told you corruption, told you, and the globalists told you that there was weapons of mass destruction over there. None of that was there. None of that. And a lot of other wars that we fought under false pretenses and lies through mainstream media, the one that they own, the TV stations that they own, the puppets that work for them and say exactly what they're told to do and how to say it and what to say and what not to say. And here we are. You know what the problem with our world is? It's a real simple thing. We as humanity have allowed these two individual groups to divide us as a human race and to look at each other from color, from gay, from straight, from religion, from political stance, from monetary monetary situations, whether you're rich, poor, this, that, all the dividing tools in the world, they've used them against us as a people. But at the end of the day, it's a real simple choice that you have to make no matter where you live in this world right now. And that choice is unite or die. That's it. That's basically what this has come down to. If we stay divided all around the world and every country at each other's throat, as humans, just mind you that the people that are doing this are a very small number compared to us, the world population. We are billions and they're few. And we've allowed these idiots that don't know their ass from their faces to have a master plan of hiding underground for the rest of their lives. Okay? To die underground. These are the people that we allowed to put us in these situations where we are on a verge of nuclear holocaust. And a lot of people in the media are going to start telling you that that's not possible. Don't worry about it, that ain't going to happen. And the politicians are going to feed you that shit too and all that, right? But here in America, the politicians already having evacuation drills and shit like that, how to evacuate out of D.C. Like I said, the cowards are ready to run. They are ready to run. They are nobody. These people are nothing but cowards. The globalists too. The globalists too. Another bunch of bag of cowards too. Ready to run and hide. Oh, they'll start something. But they're not going to fight anything. And they're not going to be there. They're going to be gone. So, my thing is to you, worldwide, and anybody that listens to this video that's not from America, I'm telling you right now, humanity needs to unite if we want to live. If we don't want our planet destroyed, if we don't want to get hit with nuclear bombs everywhere, and our oceans contaminated, and our children to die because of these stupid, idiot handful of people, we have to start uniting and not allowing these people to do this anymore. It doesn't matter what country you are, the government's only so strong. But if the people of that country unite, the government cannot win there. And I'm not telling you to start a war. Not at all. That's not a good idea. It's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is stop fighting amongst each other. Stop listening to the government. Stop listening to their bullshit. Mind you that these people are human just like you and I. They are nobody above us. They just make it seem like that, but they are nobody. They all bleed red just like us, and they are going to get buried just like us. They're not immortal. It's nothing like that. They're just a bunch of shit-talking people like anybody else. That's all they are. And they're good at a con game of brainwashing the shit out of people. But you people need to really pull it together. We as a humanity, we need this. We need it. There's nothing in this world that can help us now, but we as a people uniting for the existence of our humanity. We need to put away all things that separate us and divide us. We need to put all that away and realize that division is not worth our extinction. That's all. It's not that complicated. This situation is not that complicated. We've allowed it to get this way, and we've allowed a handful of people to do this to us, but it's a simple concept. It's not that complicated. This is not something, that you got to have a PhD to figure out. Most of them have PhDs too. They're dumb as hell. They're a bunch of idiots, I'm telling you right now. So, you really got to think about this. As a humanity, we must think this out. And it's not much to think. We have to make a choice. We either want to live or we're going to allow them to make us extinct. That's pretty much where it's going. These people are ready to use military. These people are ready to drop bombs. These people are shooting missiles. These people are just gone rogue all over the world, man. All over the world, these governments have lost their damn minds. In the UK, people are getting put in prison for sharing a meme. All that. Listen, this doesn't have to be this way. And if it is, it's because we as a people have allowed it. There is no other. It doesn't matter what they say about what the laws and the corruption that they've come up with. Laws against humanity and everything else to enslave and hurt people. Those ain't good laws. Those things are not good for nobody. Only for them. But not for the human race. So, we as like I said, we don't have to, I am not in no way, shape, or form telling you that I am saying, oh, we should just rise up and do this. No. What I'm saying is that we need to stop letting ourselves be divided and hold on to each other. If there's ever been a time in our human existence that we need unity, it's now. Because this thing has gotten so bad that we're on the verge of nuclear holocaust in our world and our planet. And they're threatening our whole existence. Our home. We ain't got no other planets to go to. They've just taken it so far, it's out of control. So these realities, these things are happening. These are the things that people are talking about. These are the things that, these corrupt people are pushing us toward as humanity. Let's just not wait until one day we're sitting in a living room and we watch the news and say, kiss your ass goodbye. We have 10 nuclear warheads heading all over the world. Let's not wait for that. Don't have so much faith in idiots, because this is what idiots do when you give them full control. And that's the problem. We as humanity have laid back and allowed and trusted too much. And this is what happens when you lay back and trust. Corruption it was inevitable because we kept listening and people just kept being programmed and listening to what they said. But in the end, here we are. The same people that you listen to, look at the situations they put us in as a humanity. Tell me I'm lying. Go ahead. Tell me that I'm full of shit. Tell me that this is just my opinion when this is happening right here in front of us. Go ahead. Tell me that if Russia shoots off one of those nuclear warheads, right? One or two. And people get pissed off and say, oh, now this is what the globalists will do. The globalists will be like, ooh, Russia just shot off a missile. We need to shoot back at them. We need to straighten them out because Ukraine ain't got nuclear, so we're going to send a couple of our bombs that way. You think it won't happen like that? You think that that's not a possibility? You really believe that that's not what's going to happen? So what happens with China? What does China say when that happens? Does China say, hey, wait a minute. Me and Russia are friends. We hate the Americans. So why not side with Russia and send a few more that way? Being that America's pushed it already. Why not? The way they see it is America started this shit. Because they would have never gave those ballistic missiles to a jackass cocaine crackhead over there, drug addict, money laundering, son of a bitch over there, that we keep giving money to. And any asshole can see that this dude's nothing but a cocaine head. You see him in his news, rubbing his nose. He's all messed up. The dude's a loser. This is just some drug addict running a rampant country and doesn't even give a rat's ass. You know what I mean? These are the people that our governments make deals with. Regular thugs like them. The dude doesn't even wear a suit. He comes to this country dressed looking like some off to the side of the road asswipe walking down the road. Does that dude look like a president to you? Doesn't look like a president to me. But I'm telling you, think about what I'm telling you. Think about this as a humanity. This is not just left, right. This is not just black and white. This is not about college educated and people that went only to high school. This is not about rich or poor. This is not about all the bullshit that they use to get the world to exactly where it is right now. You know what I mean? The globalists can't control everybody. They think they could, but they can't. Like I said, it's not like if Putin were to decide to shoot. First of all, who's going to stop Putin from shooting a missile? He don't even talk to the globalists. He can't stand those. He can't stand them. Just like anybody that has sense can't stand those people. That's why they're always hiding. They can't be out here like us and saying who they are. They can't do that. The cowards are always hiding in the shadows. You know what I mean? So there's no stopping him. Like I said, once he decides to go off the deep end because he's had it with the bullshit, and he's going to set to Ukraine and say, you know what? Why not send a couple to the U.S.? They're the ones that started this shit anyway. There you go. You think the globalists are going to stop this? Hell no. The globalists are going to jump right onto their little rides and go right under their little bunkers. Whoop, right away. You know, the same people that you listen to, the same people that hid in the shadows, the same people that were and are the enemy of humanity, of this whole fucking globe. Those son of a bitches right there. And their little minions that for a few $1 million, they're about to explode the whole earth. Because that's the way people think. These are the PhDs. These are the college educated that they say are so smart. They couldn't be more stupider or stupid. But we'll give them the word stupider. Why not? Let's make a word for them, because you know what? I don't think there's a word yet invented for that kind of ignorance. You know what I mean? So take this, take it for food for thought. Think about it. I think we should start talking to each other as human beings and put all this bullshit to the side. Because if we don't unite, it'll be our end. All of us are going down. I'm telling you, it will not end well. And you know what? That saying, united we stand, divided we fall, couldn't be more true. Here's a perfect example of that. And not just for America, but for the whole world. We as a people need to unite and stop to think this is a human crisis right now. These people are a threat to our existence as a human race, a threat to our whole globe, the whole earth. They're a threat to all of us. And I believe it's time we put a stop to it. And the only way to put a stop to it is by unity, no matter where we are in the world, no matter what country we live in. We must unite. A law can only exist if you don't comply. The law doesn't work. They can say whatever the hell they want. But if you don't flow with that, it's a dead issue. It doesn't matter. Unity, I'm telling you, unity. Get away from those news medias. Get away from mainstream media. Get away from that. It's poison. It's their machine. You're not going to get good information from there. The only thing you're going to get from there is their agenda. That's it. You're not going to get nothing more than that from there. The only thing you're going to hear there is what they want you to hear. The only thing you're going to get from there is what they want you to believe. God forbid you think for yourself. They have power because people have given it to them. Power isn't what they think it is. It doesn't work that way. Power is something that's only given to the people. And the people that get brainwashed give corruption power and fuel the fire for them. You know what I mean? What, you think the globalists are going to come out here and fight wars with people? They're not going to do that. They're too much of cowards for that. They're not going to do that. You know what I mean? They're going to use people that listen to them to do these things and achieve their destruction. But other than that, it ends. It's like a fire without wood in it. It's just going to go out and end the story. So think about it. Think about it. My fellow Americans, patriots, it's getting there. It's getting there. So let's keep our unity. And for you people on the left that are still wrapped up in the brainwash, get out of there. Get out of there. Stop watching that shit. Turn off your TV. Don't watch that shit. Research things. Research them for yourself. You know what I mean? Research things for yourself. Look at other sources of media on social media. Get away from the mainstream. The mainstream belongs to them, and it's all lies. And so with this, I say goodnight to my American fellow Americans. And I think that, like I said, unity is very vital to the existence of our lives and to our world and everything else and to our future generations. And I don't think we should allow a handful of people to take us down that way. It's just not a good idea. It's not wise in any kind of way. It's not smart at all. So think about these things. Today's message is all about unity. It's all about reality, about true things that are really happening right in front of us that can't be denied. This is not some bullshit rhetoric that somebody just comes up with and makes up lies. No, this is really happening. So, God bless America. God bless you guys. Have a good night. Till the next video.